structure architecture of the LVM. Then we have discussed how to create a partition and how to create a PVs. Okay. And what are the command we can use to the PV? PVS is the command to display you the connected PVs. PVs is just a physical volume. At the time of the creating the LVs, we need to create PVs. Then we will create the logical volume. VG. We need to first VG, then LVs. Okay. So this is the structure. In this structure, first you are going to create a PVs, and PV create command can be used. We have discussed already. And BG, then the second is BG, volume group, where we can add the multiple PVs. Okay. So we have discussed about the how to create the BG as well as how to extend the BG. Extend the BG means like the one PV has been added and the one PV has the 1 TB size, but the hard disk is full or the BG has been created and BG is full. Okay, so what you will do, you will buy a new hard disk, create a PV and add the PV into the VG. This process known as a VG extend, because we are extending the VG. Inside the VG we can take some size of the amount and then create a LV. LV is a logic volume. When I will run the LV command, if you remember, we have created the VM data or this and this. So now the question is this, how you can create the PVs, how we create the LV, VGs and LVs. We have discussed on that. Right now, I am going to show you again while running the history command. It will display all the history we have used. Okay, no problem. First, I am going to check the PVs. PV has been created 2 PVs, SDB1 and SDB2. And the volume group, the DC1 means data center 1. Based on the data center, like data center in Delhi, so you can check the DC Delhi or something. You can whatever the name you want, you can put it here. And also we are running the VGs command here. Then you can check here, the one VG has been created, the DC, and the total size of the 399 and free size is 199. So what does it means? 2 GB has been assigned to some type of the LVs, because there is a 4 GB data, but the 2 GB is free. So it means there is a 2 GB data which has been assigned to some LV. So checking the LVs, I can use the LVS command, which will display the LV's name. I have created the VM data, which is part of the DC1 and the size of the 2 GB. So right now I am going to tell you how you can create a DC, how to create the volume group. So VG create simple command and then give the name of the VG. Whatever you want, give the name. You can assign the name here. And like DC1, because DC1 has been created already, so it will not going to create again. So that is the reason I need to create the VG another, and later on we need to assign the PVs. PV's name is like def and SDB, in this case SDB1 or SDB2 or something, right? So if you want to extend the VG, then you can use the VG extend and then give the name of the VG extend. Then you will provide the PVs here, PV name, physical volume, and this name you need to provide. Okay, right now, because there is only SDB1 and SDB2 are here, so you need to use another PV. I need to create the PV first. Okay, So first I am going to check here fdisk command is fdisk-l, and it will display here this is the SDA1 and SDA2 has been created previously, and another is SDB1 and SDB2, and SDA have the one partition, SDC don't have any partition. You can check here. There is a SDC, and this SDC don't have any type of the partition. So I am going to create the PV for this hard disk, because it is not necessary you will create the partition, then you will create the PV. Without creating the partition first, you can directly create the PV. So how you can create the PV and give the hard disk name dev and SDC, because this is the hard disk name. You can check here. Be carefully when you are using the hard disk name here. So dev and SDC, this one SDC, and hit enter. Oof. I need to use here the PV create, and now here it is. So SDC has been successfully created. Now if I will run the PV's command, then you can check here, there one SDC has been created, and the size of the SDC is 20 GB. And now I need to create if I want to create a new volume group, so I can create the new volume group. Either I can extend the existing volume group. Okay, so because you have missed something like how to create the volume group, so I am giving here to create the volume group by using the vg create. I am going to create the new. If I will extend this one, then I will use the vg extend command. Okay, so creating the new, you will use the vg create and then give the name of the vg. There is a dc1. I am going to create a new data center, dc2, and the SDC I will provide here. Okay, so the new DC has been created. If I will check the volume group, then I will use the vgs command, and it will display the information DC1 and DC2, and the size of the DC2 is 20 GB, and all the size is free, because we have not created any volume group. We have not created any logical volume inside this volume group. So for creating the LV, we are going to create the LV create here and give the name of the volume group, any name like if I am going to run the lvs command, it will display the VM data. Okay, now I am going to create the VM data 1 or VM underscore data, any name we can put it here. So I am going to create the lv create and hyphen name. I need to provide the name here, and name is a VM data 1, and then I need to provide the size, whatever the size you want to be use here. So I am giving the size is plus 5 GB, and after that I need to provide the from where you want to be create the this. So from where you want to be create this. So I am from the volume group. I need to assign the volume group is DC2. So you can check here the VM data 1 has been created. So I am going to use the lvs again command. Then you can check here the VM data has been created, VM data 1, and the size is a 5 GB. If I want to extend, then simple we can extend by putting the name vg extend, give the name, give the size, and give this one. So how you can use this one? Simply, I am going to use the VG extend. Like this is now is 5 GB. The size is a 5 GB of this VM data 1. I want to extend this. Then I will use the VG extend command here. And after a VG extend, you need to provide the name of the VM data and size and VG, right? But you cannot provide like this. So how you will do that? So first I am going to use the vg extend and give the command --help. It will display some help. So how you can do that? By using vg extend. So vg extend command will be use the vg extend, name of the vg, and the pv if you want to add any specific pv, or the either you can use the vg extend and vg name, and that's it. So how you can do that? vg extend, and here is the three option, DC2 or DC1, from which you want to be extend. I am going to extend from the DC2, and now it will provide me the from which PV you are going to be add the new PV. Like maybe possible. For the example, I am going to show you there is a 2 PV has been added. There is a 2 PV, PV1. This is the second partition PV2, and this is the third one, PV3. So you need to assign the specific the PV name here. And after providing the PV name here, I need to provide the actually VG extend, no LV extend. I was extending the LV. So that is the reason which LV you want to be extend. This type of like dev DC2 and VM data. Either you can use the dev DC1 and the VM data. Means you need to provide the complete path. Path means your device. Inside the device there is your volume group. Inside the volume group there is a VM data. Like for the another example I am giving you, from the DC1, if there is a 2 from the DC, means the volume group, from this volume group, if I have created the 2 logical volume. What is this? This is a volume group. Okay, from the volume group I have created the LV1, LV2. Okay, so I can extend anyone, and if I want to extend the LV1, then I will provide the something like dev DC1 and LV1. If I am going to create the new, then I will use the dev DC1 and then VM data 1. But I have created the separate volume group for the both. One is the DC1, another is a DC2. Either you can check BG1 or BG2. Okay. So great. Now I am going to extend this one, VM data 1. So I am going to use the VM and data dev and DC2 VM data, and now I need to provide the any specific physical volume, but it is not required. And then I am going to be extending the VM data, and how much, then I need to provide the size, and size is plus 2 GB more I am adding. Now from which DC1 or DC2, which one? So I am going to create from the DC2. Okay. The physical volume DC not found in a volume group DC2. Okay. So dev SDC, here it is. So now has been created. Now the size is 7 GB has been created, extended. So now if I will check here the VG's LBS. So by creating the LVS, you can check the VM data has a 2 GB size. If I will use the BGs or the volume group, so volume group you can check here that 20 GB, the total size of this volume group, but the free is at 30. Why? Because the 1 has been used, 7 has been used by this. So if I am going to create the new VM data 2 or anything, so I can create the new logical volume. So this is how to create the logical volume, how to extend the logical volume we have discussed. Okay.